this is cjhoyle. Today is Wednesday, May the 4th, 2022. I'm just riding my bike southbound on Leslie Street. And I'm just going to turn into here to the entrance into Sunnybrook Park, because in this video I'm going to be riding down the Don Valley recreational trail, starting from here and going as far as Pottery Road. So it's a very bumpy road that we're on. I'm just going to turn left here and we'll get onto a more recently paved park road, but this eventually will join up with some trails that I'll be able to ride along. Let me just tilt the camera up so you can see a little bit further. So it's a beautifully warm Wednesday afternoon here in Toronto, and decided it was a great opportunity to get out for a bike ride, and figured might as well make a video while I'm at it. This road that we're about to go underneath of up ahead is Eglinton Avenue East, and above that bridge on top of the road deck there's also a set of LRT tracks for the Eglinton Crosstown LRT, and those are above ground tracks here on this side, but further over to the right of where we were riding back there's a hill, and that's where the train transitions from being an underground train to an above ground train here on the east side. Up ahead you can see a bridge for another set of tracks. Those are the train tracks for the CP Rail, or Canadian Pacific Rail. So right here our parking lot narrows down into an actual recreational trail, and we're going to be riding right underneath of that bridge and also right alongside the Don River, or actually the west branch of the Don River. Now it may be a little bit hard to see the river from the vantage point of where the camera is focused, but I've got a second camera here holding in my hands, which I'll show you what it looks like from where I am. There's quite a bit of flow in the Don River right now, and that's because we got quite a bit of rain last night here in the city, and I guess most of yesterday afternoon as well. It was pretty heavy rain for a long amount of time, so the river is fast moving right now. Well, I'm sure all the rivers in this area are probably fast moving, not just the Don. So essentially this trail network connects together a whole bunch of parks that go along this area of the Don. So the park we started in is sort of part of Sunnybrook Park. There's also one up that way called Serena Gundy Park. And also further to the north of where we started there's the Wilkett Creek, which is also a trail and a park through there. And this area that we're riding through now is part of E.T. Seton Park. And over to the left of us, going to be out of view of what the camera can see right now, but I'll use my other camera like I did before to show you. That building over there is the Ontario Science Centre, which backs onto the Don Valley into this park here. You can hear from all the rattling noises from my bike, this is quite a bumpy trail. You may have noticed those people we just passed there on the left who were throwing something. This is a Frisbee golf course, or a disc golf course. Works similarly to the more common style of golf that involves balls and clubs, but instead of hitting a ball and chasing after it, you throw a Frisbee and see how many throws it takes before you can hit the target from where you started. And Toronto has a number of these golf courses. I can think of at least two others. One of them on Toronto Island, another one in the western waterfront area. I think there are others too, though. Good to see lots of people out enjoying the trail in the park this evening. I'm filming this at around 6:30 in the evening. We've had quite a cold spring so far this year. I think the thermometer when I left home said 18 degrees Celsius, which that's high compared to what we've had in the last couple of weeks. But it is May, so we should be expecting warmer weather. So we're just riding under a bridge here. Well, I mean, really, we're riding under some scaffolding, but above the scaffolding there's the Overley Road Bridge, which connects together the communities of Thorncliff Park over on our right side and Flemington Park over on the left side. Both are areas with fairly high population density, their own little urban or residential centers. So up ahead, we're going to be reaching a point where a lot of different things converge together into one, and there's a lot of things that cross one another. We'll first be going underneath of a bridge for Don Mills Road. And not too far past there, we'll also be going over a set of railway tracks. And you can see that that park would continue over to the right, and that would go up into Thorncliff Park. But as far as the valley goes, that would be kind of a dead end. You can't go any further down the Don Valley if you go that way. But so here up ahead this is the first crossing of Don Mills Road that we'll have going underneath of it. We've got this nice ramp going up the side that we can take. And over there to our right, which we'll be crossing shortly, is the set of railway tracks which are used by the Richmond Hill line of Go Trains, that's Go Trains. Called the set of tracks are called the Bala subdivision. And here we go over the tracks. Got a nice hill to ride down here. And right up ahead we've got a bridge to cross over, and that will be the Don River that we'll be crossing, or the East Don River. And that's because the West Don River that we were just following, it merges with the East Don River. And if you were to turn to the left there, that would take you on another recreational trail which follows the Taylor Creek, or the Taylor Massey Creek as it's sometimes referred to. And here we're going under Don Mills Road once again, and straight ahead there is where the East Don River and the West Don River merge together into one. So yeah, right in that spot there's kind of those three sources of water that are all coming together. The Taylor Creek, which is, you know, a relatively small creek, coming together with the Don and the East Don and the West Don. And of course that's where the trails merge together as well. And also this is where our route joins along parallel with the Don Valley Parkway, which north of here follows the other branch of the Don River. So if you hear any traffic noise in the background, that's most likely from the Don Valley Parkway, which you can actually see straight ahead beyond that other person riding a bike. And there's a quick brief look at the Don River after things have joined together. The Toronto and Region Conservation Authority used to hold an event called Paddle the Don, where one day of the year they organized an event where people could canoe and kayak down the Don River, and I think they must have done something to the dams to allow more water to be able to flow through it. And it was an organized event that I think it's for charity, you raise money for it. But as far as I know, that the last year that they did that was in 2019, and it got canceled in 2020 because of the pandemic, and it didn't run last year. And from what I've been able to see, it's not running this year, although they haven't really announced that they've canceled the event. It just seemed to have disappeared off the website. I'd really been hoping to paddle my kayak down the Don River during that event this year, but given the fact that there's no trace of it anymore, it seems like they have done away with it, unfortunately, so I won't get my chance. You can see the sun is pretty low in the sky right now, so I'm squinting a little bit as I ride into the sun, but we will be curving and heading a little bit, more towards the left, so we won't have that to contend with the whole way along. The Paddle the Dawn event usually is held sometime in early May, so like I said, I'm very likely not happening. Well, almost definitely not happening this year. But maybe I'll find some way of paddling the Dawn on my own, the way that I did with the Humber last year, which I really enjoyed. So we're just going under a bridge here. This is the Millwood Bridge, which connects together East York with an area known as Leaside. Surprisingly windy right now. Seemed like a calm day today, but the wind must be picking up. So I rode my bike and made a video riding down this route way back in 2015. I think this is my first time filming this portion of the Toronto Trail Network since then. I don't think an awful lot has changed since then, on this portion at least. Last year I made a video where I rode the section south of here, so basically starting from Pottery Road and going all the way down to the water. I did that video last year because the city had announced they would be closing that trail and doing some major repairs to it. And they didn't announce on a specific date when they would be closing it, but they had said it was, you know, when I went to the website, they said it was going to be happening within the next month or so. Well, it's been almost a year since I made that video, and the trail still has not closed. I don't quite know the whole story there, but it seems like that construction work has been postponed, which is great because it means that the trail has still been open and we've still been able to use it, but I guess it just means that we'll have to, that period where it's inaccessible is still to come. So up ahead here there's a sort of a T intersection or a crossing here where we've got a roadway that goes across our path here, and if you were to turn to the right, that would take you to an area known as the Cottonwood Flats, which is sort of a reclaimed nature area where they planted a bunch of native trees, which used to be where an old factory used to sit. And just beyond there is a site which is, I believe, was originally sort of a quarry that was used for clay, and then it turned into they filled in that hole with garbage, so it was the lee side garbage dump, and now it's been covered with soil and growing things in it. Here you can see on the left some of the cars driving along the Don Valley Parkway. And over on the right side there's a look at the river, which is carrying a lot more water than it usually is, thanks to all that rain from yesterday. This portion of the Don Trail is part of the Pan Am Path, which is back in 2015, the City of Toronto hosted the Pan Am Games. And as part of that, as a legacy project, they connected together a bunch of existing trails that would go all the way across Toronto and into the neighboring municipalities on either side. So here we've reached Pottery Road, where there's a crossing of the road here, and so you just wait for your turn to cross. And then the trail continues further down, and this is the portion of the trail that I filmed approximately a year ago. So if you haven't seen that video yet, I'll provide a link below, but hope you enjoyed joining me on this adventure here today. If you watched all the way to the end of this video, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.